Yo, what's going on, guys? Crispy Flakes here. Welcome to Extra Christmas. You guys have requested that I react to the video by Awesome Sweat titled Ranking the Top 30 Players in the NBA Today. So as of right now, man, the like to dislike ratio on it is not bad. It's got 1.6 likes, 1.6k likes, I should say, 364 dislikes. So it's really not too bad, man. I got some people telling me the list is trash, but I will be the judge of that. So yeah, guys, link to Austin's channel in the description below. This guy makes great content, man. I love his content, I love his channel. Also, if you guys give me a quick favor and please drop a like on this video. I am wearing my Lucky Office shirt because the office makes me happy. So if I get unhappy because of this list, well, at least I can just look at Dunder Mifflin and just be happy about that, and hopefully not, smash a can in my hand like I did in my video earlier today. All right, here we go, guys. Here we go, man. Also, if you're not subscribed to my channel, bro, what are you doing, man? Hit subscribe, please. Okay, that was too much. Here we go, man.
Rank the best player from every team for last season, and we're going to do that again later on this upcoming season.
Okay.
But for now, we're looking straight up at the top 30 players in the NBA.
Top 30 right now.
I wanted to make this video for a while now, but I really thought I should wait until the playoffs and finals were over.
Hopefully you guys can hear everything all right.
These guys
I think you should be able to.
A little bit.
There we go.
And it's a
should be
good
better,
thing
hopefully.
I waited. And this is probably a video that I'll do every offseason because a lot changes in a year.
That is very true.
That making these rankings were tough. The top 10 was easy, but figuring out who to leave out of the video and who just made the top 30 was the hard part. So to explain my reasoning for who I left out, we're gonna really quick look at the top few guys who didn't make the list.
Oh, here we go, man. Top 30, and we got the people that did not make the list. I was hoping he would do that, man, because like I said, I want to see a list of people, just like a total list of like players that did not make it. So this is absolutely perfect. Here we go, man.
And why?
Here we go.
Kristaps Porzingis has a chance to be top 30, but hasn't played basketball in over a year and a half, so it's going to take him a long time to get
understandable.
back to
I
that
agree with
point.
that.
Nikola Vucevic had a great regular season, but got shut down in the play.
I mean, he was an all-star. It's like, I don't know if I can base it just off of playoffs, like if a guy puts up stats, he puts up stats.
Playoffs. Devin Booker didn't make the top 30, and I know that's going to get a lot of people angry, but all we know from him is that he can score. He's not a great defender.
He's going to play, make a manage like 5-6 assists! Okay, I'm sorry, bro. We 56 seconds in. It's fine. But the man's a playmaker, man.
Wasn't a good teammate to DeAndre Ayton this year, and hasn't led his team to wins. Donovan Mitchell almost missed, but he barely got edged out by a couple other guys.
Okay,
D'Angelo Russell also barely missed the cut, and Karl Anthony Towns.
Top 3 players in the NBA. You got Embiid, Jokic, probably Cats. This man got snubbed from the what?
31 or maybe 32 spot when it came down to it.
Okay.
Comment if you disagree with any of these. Hopefully they'll make more sense once we see the rest of the
Hopefully,
rankings.
I'm hoping so. I'm hoping so.
Number 30, Drew Holiday.
Y'all fucking Drew Holiday. Okay, over D'Lo and Cats. I love Drew Holiday. Don't get me wrong, but we going out there. We saying that the reason D-Book is not on the list is because they don't lead team to victories. What did Drew Holiday lead the team in? Bro, I'm taking D-Lo. I'm taking D-Book. I'm taking D's nuts over him right now, bro.
Completely forgot about
I like Drew Holiday too, guys. Don't get me wrong. I love Drew Holiday. I think he's very underrated. I like Drew Holiday. But I like those other guys on the list too.
Because he's been so underrated. But he's surprisingly
Karl
turned
Anthony
into
Towns?
a great offensive player to combine with one of the best perimeter defenses in the NBA. Hopefully he will get traded so he can get more recognition on a
Fair
better
enough,
team,
man,
though,
but
because he's definitely an all-star level player. 29, Chris Middleton. Chris has always been one of those guys that we expected would break out eventually.
I do like
and
Middleton.
He did this year, becoming a first-time All-Star.
Over Cat, I'm not quite sure about that, man.
Alongside Giannis.
Let me say right now, you have a team of Cat and Giannis or a team of Cat and Middleton in what's going down?
Until it came to the Raptors series where he couldn't get much going and only averaged 13.
What's going down, man? You put
number 28, CJ McCollum. McCollum's another guy we expected to break out, and after this past regular season, I was disappointed that he still had.
Is he much better though than D-Book?
Because he was saving it for the playoffs, where alongside
or Donovan Mitchell. I'll take Donovan Mitchell probably
played
over
like
CJ.
a superstar player, and that's why he ranks slightly higher than Chris. 27, Pascal Siakam. It may be controversial to put Pascal in the top 30 in his first year.
I don't know if it's controversial, especially after what went on with the Raptors. It's kind of funny, bro. He also got drafted 27 overall, so he's 27 on the list. It's kind of funny.
Player. But I don't know, I think he earned it. Because not only did he put up 17 and 7 in the regular season, but he came up even bigger as being the second option to leading the Raptors to a championship. He did have some off games, but overall played great in every series, even when being matched up with the Warriors and a guy like Draymond Green. 26, Bradley Beal. With John Wall out for
that
most
seems
of the
a little-
season,
little
Bradley
low for
Beal
Bradley.
seemingly took his game to the next level this year, putting up 25,
He seems like top 20.
5. And even though the Wizards were bad all year long, Beal's only just turned 26. And if he can continue to step up, he can be the leader of their rebuild.
Okay.
25,
25?
Draymond Green.
I love Draymond Green, man. Over Karl Anthony Towns. I don't care if Draymond Green's the glue guy for the Warriors. I get that. I think he's a very important piece. But we talking strictly skill set. You got this boy over D'Lo? Over Debo or Bradley Beal? Look at that motherfucking bitch ass door the Explorer hitchy jump shot. God damn, bro. That's like me in 7th grade when I was playing on the basketball team and I airballed the free throw in front of the cheerleader and then I tried backpedal and I freaking tripped over myself. That's what that jump shot looks like.
Draymond Green
Oh
is,
my
and what
God.
he really brings to the Warriors. He's the most versatile player in the league that can guard all 5 positions and is easily a top 5 defender in the NBA. And along with that, I hope to see his offensive game come back to what it used to be, with Clay and KD not.
Bro, you
playing
got
for
him
the
over
Warriors
those
for
other
at
guys,
least the
though?
First half of the season.
He's important.
24, LaMarcus Aldridge. I'm not as high on LA as other people are, or as I probably still should be, but either way, he definitely.
Okay, I would say, if he did not start the video by telling the guys he snubbed off the list. Oh, my God. Then I probably would have not even remember some of the names. LaMarcus Aldridge is the baller, though. Don't get me wrong about that. He is a baller.
Deserves to be here. The man's 33, but still nearly just as good of a scorer as he's ever been, but has stayed as a top power forward and a threat in the regular and postseason for nearly 10 years.
Okay. I
23,
love the office, bro.
Rudy Gobert. People don't see Gobert for as good as he is.
I like Gobert.
And I think he's underrated across the league. He makes the top 30 and Donovan Mitchell doesn't because of how important he is to the team. He's
And
not
Donovan
gonna be
Mitchell
Utah's
ain't?
centerpiece or star player ever, but he does.
I'm sorry, but you take Gobert off the Utah Jazz, you take Donovan Mitchell off the Utah Jazz. I'm going to say, Gobert is a beast. Yes. But let's say you put like a JaVale McGee on there, a guy that had a pretty good, decent season for the Lakers. And I still feel like the Jazz, yes, they're not a 50-win team, but I feel like you take Donovan Mitchell off the team, you replace him with like a basic shooting guard. Let's say like an Eric Gordon. That team's even worse.
Just as much for them. Besides just his NBA best shot blocking, even though he's not the best actual scorer, he
does
more
okay,
than
though.
enough for
Averaged
the
like
offense
16
to make
last
up
season.
for it by setting screens, running the pick and roll to perfection, and always being there for putbacks.
Bro, I
which is
can
how he
make those
still managed
layups.
to average almost
Not
16 a game. 22, Ben Simmons. Ben should be higher,
Okay.
but I refuse to do that until he gets a jump shot. Number 21, Kyle Lowry. In the past few years, Lowry was seen as a bad star for the Raptors, but that's because this whole time he was in the wrong role. He wasn't supposed to be a star player, which is why he's worked out so much better in this new role this year behind Kawhi Leonard. As a guy that isn't heavily relied on,
I need
to
a
have
better
good
explanation
game,
of what
but
these
there's
rankings are
always
based
the
off of, though.
possibility that he can.
Is it based off
Number 20,
wins?
Chris Paul. It didn't take long after getting his
Chris Paul's a bum that nobody wants, man. The Knicks just shut the phone on them, bro. The Knicks just let the damn Houston Rockets on right about CP3. He's CPPP. He's CPP, man. C poo poo. Oh, bitch ass contract, man.
$159 million contract for people to turn on CP3 and realize that it was a horrible mistake. And it seems like
Damn
the Rockets
straight
are
it
starting to
was.
realize that too. Don't get me wrong, he ranks in at number 20 because he's still a top 6 or 7 point guard in the league, but his game has clearly declined in recent years, and I'd find it hard to believe Houston ever finds a trade for him. 19. DeMar DeRozan. The better the Raptors did
I
this
do like
year,
DeMar
the
DeRozan.
worse it made DeMar look after their trade, which is why he fell down a couple spots in these rankings from where I think he would have ended up. But DeMar and Kawhi switched spots, the Spurs went out in the first round, and the Raptors won the championship.
I'm okay with DeMar.
And
there.
sure, this Raptors team was much better
He's
with
a beast,
Siakam
so.
and Gasol, but even without them, it's easy to see just how big of a difference Kawhi made. Number 18 goes to Kemba Walker. Kemba's a weird one because while I think he's proven to be a top 5 point guard, he still barely ever played a playoff game, and that's part of the reason he doesn't rank any higher. But
Well,
he
damn,
had to
Robert
rank
Horry's
higher
the
than
damn GOAT.
CP3, Kyle Lowry, and
Darko
Ben
Milicic
Simmons,
better than Melo.
Because if he were to be on
Got
a
that
playoff
ring.
team, he would have made a much bigger impact than all 3 of those guys. I'm still desperately hoping he leaves the Hornets, but if not, this conversation won't matter because he probably will never make the playoffs again. 17, Blake Griffin. I think it's safe to say that this year Blake had the best year of his career, where he finally returned to being a
But this is what I'm talking about, though. Blake Griffin did have his best season ever, but years past, people was all about putting Blake Griffin in the top 10, top 15 players. So why is it that he plays for the Pistons now? He's not putting that conversation anymore.
superstar level player. To put his regular season into perspective, this year he averaged more points than Kyrie Irving, more assists than Stephen Curry, and made more pull-up threes than Bradley
But
Beal.
he's only
He's brought
17.
the game a long way since first debuting in the league, and now all the Pistons need to do is desperately get him more help and make sure he stays healthy. 16, Victor Oladipo. Oladipo's
Okay.
the top 3 shooting guard in the
Interesting.
league, and even though he's injured, I'm sure he'll come back just as good next year. And some people might be thinking Victor should be ranked higher than 16, but
I'm, you know, with the injury though, we gotta see what he's like when he comes back.
he's
so
got a lot of
that's,
competition ahead of
you
him.
know.
So this is where one of the league's better two-way players ends up for now. Number 15, Russell Westbrook. I know a lot of
15,
people
wow.
probably have Russ top 10. I know a lot of people probably have Russ maybe top 10.
Damn,
and
dude.
people are going to think that I only put Westbrook here because I'm hating on him, since I've
He averaged
criticized
that
his
triple
game in the
dub.
past. But without being biased, I think this is where he should really end up. He puts up great performances and won an MVP, but when it comes down to it, the Thunder have only won 4 playoff games since KD left the team, so I really can't justify...
See, but I think you are putting way too much stock into winning and losing. Because yes, that is what it comes down to at the end of the day. But I mean, basketball is a team game. So it can't just be Russell's fault. You know, Russell averaging triple-double is not just his fault that the Thunder don't win the finals and stuff like that. I mean, I guess, is that what this list is based off, winning or losing? Because then, okay, yeah, some of it makes more sense. But, I mean, we're doing strictly off skill. Russell does it all. And this is the man that calls Russell Westbrook on the daily. Sometimes on accident, because I got bad speech.
By putting him too much higher. 14, Jimmy Butler. No doubt that Butler has had attitude problems in the past, and that may be one of his weaknesses, even though he did have a point to be upset in Minnesota. But he's a top two-way player and a great leader, and showed both of those things for the 76ers in the postseason, which is why they should do everything they can to re-sign him, and hope that he can take his offensive game to the next level next year. But speaking of great two-way players that took their offensive game to the next level, number 13 is Paul George.
Wow,
And he did
top 4
exactly
MVP?
that. He was already one of the better two-way players in the NBA.
The top 4
but came out this
MVP
season putting up a
talk?
surprising
Number 13?
28 a game. But
Top
along
7.
with Westbrook, they nearly got swept by the Blazers, which was disappointing and why he doesn't rank any higher.
How come I don't
Number
bitch ass
12,
sweep?
Kyrie Irving.
Kyrie at 12?
My eyes think it's clear that Kyrie proved that he's a Robin and not a Batman. His bad leadership became the Celtics' biggest
But he's
story
okay
this
with that, I
season,
think, now.
when the team really had high
I do agree with that
hopes,
statement.
and that really hurt his reputation. So I think it'll be a huge mistake if the Nets let D'Angelo Russell walk so they can sign Kyrie. The only thing that would make that slightly okay is if they landed a second max or near max player. Number 11, Joel Embiid.
Processor love.
Embiid had
Oh,
a
that means he
really
got Jokic over
MVP
him, dude.
regular season,
He's got
putting
Jokic over
27
Embiid.
and 13 on
He's
the
got
year,
Jokic over
which made him
Embiid.
clearly looked like the best center in the league.
He's got Jokic
but
over
the
Embiid.
postseason told a different story. He played great and battled injuries,
I don't hate,
but wasn't
but
able to take
it's
over
fine.
games as much as I was expecting him to, which is something we can only hope he improves on for next year. But with all that, it's why I feel number 10 is the best center in the league with Nikola Jokic. The man really
It's
came out
debatable.
like a star and proved to be a real superstar player this year. He's got one of the best all-around games in the league and creates opportunities for himself and his teammates all game long, with or without the ball. He doesn't play like a traditional superstar and probably never will, but I think at this point there's no arguing that he really is one. 9, Damian Lillard.
Damian,
There's
okay,
no
okay.
doubt in my mind that Dame has surpassed Kyrie
I think I'll
Irving
take
as
Paul
the
George over
second-best
Damian
point guard
Lillard.
in the league.
Not gonna
With how
lie.
good he's consistently shown that he is in the postseason,
Maybe even
how he can be
Russell.
the first option on a team leader, and with his clutch shots.
See, he put Damian over Paul George and Russell just because just the one playoff series.
It's no question that Dame's earned this spot inside of the top 10 players in the NBA. Number 8, Klay Thompson. All of these injuries have really complicated the Warriors' future, but I'm
Top
just looking
8
forward
player
to
for
KD
Klay.
changing teams so Klay can go back to playing like his old self again. He had 30 points by the time the
I
third
love
quarter
Klay
came
Thompson,
around
man. I just don't
in
know if I'm
Game
taking
6
over
of the
Paul
finals
George.
before going out with that knee injury, and I think when he's healthy, those are the kind of games we can expect for him to have all the time next season. 7, James Harden. Even though he's been in MVP talks all
Okay.
year and is the best scorer in the league
Well,
right
that doesn't
now,
stop
he
you
doesn't
from
end up
making this
ranked in
list.
the top 5 because of his defense and his play style. He's a great individual player, especially when his entire team is centered around him.
Bro, I
but
love this
that
jump shot.
system doesn't work in the playoffs, and he's not a great two-way player. Number 6, Kevin Durant.
KD has
All right,
6?
Durant was, in my opinion, the best.
I'm blowing smoke, bro. Number 6, Kevin Durant. I don't care if he's on the Warriors. I don't care what team he's on. Kevin Durant's a top 3 NBA player, bro. Kevin Durant's a top 3 NBA player.
player in the world before his Achilles injury, but with how that affects players' futures, I had to drop him down pretty far.
But we don't know that
really
for facts.
No telling how good he's
we
gonna
don't know
be
it for
when he comes
facts.
back, but I couldn't put an injured Durant any higher, and I should have possibly put him down further on the list.
No.
But instead I just settled for
We don't know
right
for
outside
facts
the
if
top
that's going to
5.
stop him.
Number 5, LeBron James. Last season was terrible for LeBron's career, and him once
Sorry, guys.
again
I didn't mean to take my
driving-
tongue out, bro. I didn't mean to do the flight reacts, man. I'm about to. I'm about to do the dolphin laugh. Whatever. I don't know how to do it. I can't do it. I can't do it.
His team to trade the entire roster doesn't help his case.
This is crazy.
But the man still did average just as good of numbers as he always does. I wanted to rank him higher, but his effort on defense this year definitely drops him down. Number 4, Anthony Davis. AD is finally
Over
on a
LeBron,
playoff
okay.
team, and depending on how that goes and how much he helps
'Cause
LA,
Anthony Davis
he could
hasn't won
possibly
nothing
move up
yet.
to being the second best player in the league after this season. But without the opportunity to prove himself yet, we'll keep him at number 4. And yes, he ranks slightly higher than LeBron for his ability and efforts on both ends of the floor.
But he hasn't won
Three,
nothing. I
Giannis.
thought that was what we're
Giannis
talking
will
about.
Probably win MVP, but these playoffs have shown that his game still has a ways to go. In games 1 and 2 of their series against the Raptors, Pascal Siakam guarded him and they won both games. In games 3, 4, 5, and 6, Kawhi was put on Giannis and the Raptors.
So we got
swept
Kawhi. Who
the
else
rest
did he
of
not
the
name yet?
series. It also helped that
Who
the
else did he
Raptors
not
were
name yet besides
double and
Kawhi?
triple teaming him down low anytime he drove to the
Darko?
basket, and they
Stanley
forced him
Johnson?
to play on the perimeter. And that proved how much he desperately needs an outside shot, and how his playmaking ability could really use work this offseason. Number 2, Steph Curry.
Okay, I'm
I'm
Steph
sure
Curry,
a
my
lot
bad,
of people
my
will
bad.
say Giannis should have had this spot, and Curry should be number 3 or even a lot further back, but I'm still betting on Steph. After those weaknesses that I just pointed out about Giannis,
That boxer
I
won't kill him
just
in the
can't
finals. I
rank
don't care
him
nobody
over Curry.
says.
I mean, Steph made plays out of double teams on nearly every play against Toronto. He knows how to do that, stay composed, to get teammates involved, and take over a game. And I think he played better than a lot of people thought he would without Durant, and I think that this season, as the Warriors' main star player again, he'll prove that this is where he deserves to be.
He'll put
even
numbers
with his
up, but
inferior
you ain't gonna
defense.
see no 60-win
Number
Warrior
1,
team or
Kawhi
whatever.
Leonard. This one should be no question. I mean, Kawhi's a robot, and he's really the best defender
I'm
in the
kind of
league
okay
by
with
a
this.
long shot.
I'm
We
kind
saw
of
his
okay with
defense
Kawhi
on
in the
LeBron
one.
in
Kinda.
2013,
Kinda.
and like we mentioned earlier, his defense on Giannis. He can slow down anyone in the league, and even though it would have been interesting to see how much he could have affected Kevin Durant, we'll never get to see that. But you combine this defensive ability with this year's playoffs, this shot, 2 finals MVPs, and his 27 points a game, and it makes Kawhi Leonard an easy choice for the best player in the world right now. And that's gonna wrap things up. These
Oh, my bad. I didn't mean to
as
click
the
on that.
entire
I didn't mean to click
NBA
on
world
that.
knows by we ranked
Guys,
the best player from
plain simple. I thought the.
we
Oh
ranked
my
the best
god.
player from every team.
There we go. Plain simple. I mean, top 3 lists are tough to do. Don't get me wrong. If I tried to do one, I would probably have people hating on me too. Some of it was fine. I thought some of his reasoning was good. There was just there were some out there, guys. I mean, you guys probably agree with me on this, where it's just like, I don't know about that one, Chief, but like I said, everybody got different opinions. Guys, give me your thoughts on this in the comment section below. Thank you all so much for watching. Be sure to drop that like, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and peace out, my friends.